I'm saying I now understand why ODM or all other political parties have taken so long to actually get on board that we are now in the new age politics, the issue-based politics. When I hear Senator speaking, he's saying, forget about all these things. In the end, we are going to go back to the tyranny of tribe. And to some extent, there is some sense in what he's saying. But this is what I want to point out. If you think that there are no people out here who will go to the ballot and actually vote for William Ruto because of the Hustler Nation narrative, you're so mistaken. There are people who have chosen not to see that he's from Rift Valley, who have chosen not to see that he's from UDA or Jubilee, who actually are like, I resonate with what he's trying to do with this narrative, and I will just vote because of the narrative. And it's unfortunate that while we are trying to move forward out of the tribal politics, guys are so determined to pull us back into the tribal politics. And you know, when you say political parties in different regions follow tribe, like if you are in Western, you'll be in ANC. If you come to my county, Kisii County, nobody really cares about your political party, you know? ODM didn't even have one member of parliament until the by-election that we had in Bonchari. They didn't have one member of parliament in Kisii County. The argument is that those in Central Province that have been supporting the President and Prime Minister Raila Odinga are now getting scared of what Java said, political survival. Yes. And if they're not on the right side, then they might not survive in 2022. Political survival is relevant in different places. I mean, it's political survival, for instance, in Kisii County is not necessarily the political party. Political survival right now in Mount Kenya, the dynamics are different. Political survival in a place where, is that what you're seeing in Mount Kenya in Kivuta Kibwana's county, political survival there will be based on issues, because he's actually demonstrated as a leader you can deliver. So it's relevant, you know, it depends on where you are in. So, and what we are trying to change, when I say we, I mean the Hustler Nation movement, United Democratic Alliance Party, you know, what we are trying to change is we actually can push politics from a different perspective. And yes, you say we will mobilize on a tribal level, because let me ask you, if you come to Nairobi, for instance, we don't mobilize on a tribal level in Nairobi. You'll now go into the estates, you know, because it has its own dynamics, you know. So, yes, I will go to Kisii. I'll have a regional economic block for Kisii, because for Nyanza, because maybe Siaya, Kisii, and whatever have the same things. But then I'll be mobilizing them based on their ideology. Governor Waiguru could be positioning herself for the deputy president position. True or not true? Within the UDA? First of all, we welcome everyone to UDA. And when I mean everyone, I'm even talking about Senator. We welcome everyone to UDA. I do believe that, you know, when there's a good thing in the markets, everyone wants to buy into it. When there's a beautiful girl out there, every man is looking and admiring. When there's a handsome man out there, every woman is like, I want to be with that guy. So, I mean, it is almost obvious that right now, you'd say the party, the preferred political party at the moment is actually UDA. Even guys in ODM, I can tell you this for a fact, are actually kind of thinking, you know, does it make sense for me to stay here? Do I have more things to gain on the other side? Simply because it's not based on tribe, you know, simply because UDA has demonstrated that indeed you can have a national outfit like they were trying to have with Jubilee. So for me, first of all, I would say Governor Waiguru is trying to survive. It is an open, it's not a secret that, you know, she had a lot of challenges during her term. There was a time nothing was happening in that county because wamepigana na MCA huko. She couldn't even go to her own county. She was operating from Nairobi and a chief of staff from I don't know where. So for her, it's survival. So, and that's the really, I would say, sad thing about that kind of politics. So if she was to join tomorrow, if you ask that you are a member, so you still tell her in her face that you've just joined us because you want to survive? Of course. Because these are people who don't even believe in the ideology we are trying to push. But you see, for us, it is like we are like, Mungu alisema, you go and be fishers of men. Bring them all into the church, and then we will deal with whether they believe it or not. So I don't think she believes in any of that ideology. I don't think she actually herself has personal ideologies as a politician. I think for her, She went into politics out of opportunity. She managed to be the governor out of, you know, whatever circumstances. And now she's thinking, how, this is when you're told, fake it till you make it, but figure out how you're going to keep it. Because you can fake it and you can make it, and once you sit on that seat, it's like, oh my goodness, I'm governor. Now, how do I get re-elected?
If she becomes the deputy president, would you apologize to her for what you just said?
Absolutely not. She knows, if she's watching, that she is trying to survive. So why would I apologize for telling you your name is Anangwe?
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Is it Javas who's giving us the last one? But I see Senator is smiling like he wants to sneak in one point. Itakuwa fupi kidogo, Senator. Fupi kidogo tu. What is it that is amusing you there?
I mean, these UDA fellows are not very nice when they are speaking about other people. But we'll leave it. Thank you for inviting us, and we should continue this discussion about these narratives. You said one time you call us to talk about thieves.
Yeah.
You should call us to say what exactly is so fundamentally wrong with this country, that we worship, idealize thieves. I mean, if you're a poor person, you are nobody. You have to be rich to become a president. You have to steal to become a president. If you don't own a chopper, you don't own a vast estate, you can't become a president. It means, and it means the person, a random Kenyan out there, cannot vie without money. What sort of country are we building? What sort of example are you giving to young lawyers who want to study law and become leaders? Somebody sent me a message today, they want to vie. But the message we are telling them is, first of all, be corrupt, make some money, get into the headlines, and then you can be elected a president, an MP, etc., etc. It's a wrong notion.
It's a wrong notion.
It's wrong for a country to have a strata that suggests that without money and without all this, I call them primitive show of opulence, you cannot become a president, a deputy president at that level. It's very sad. Thank you.
Right. But before you switch off, Senator, are you in any way going to say, you're not party leader? I think the writing is on the wall. The wave, the tsunami that Baba talks about is actually William Ruto. Can we go work with him? Is this something that can happen?
No, let me say this. For purposes, let me say this. For purposes of presidential elections, whether it's 2003, 2007, 2013, or 2017, these discussions about what is going to happen should be in January, February, or even March. It's too early for some of these discussions.
So anything is possible.
But I can tell you for free, absolutely, William Samoei Ruto is going to face Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Straight, absolutely. He can do kazi ni kazi, we will do kazi bila wizi. We are going to sell that. Straight, they must know that.
I like that.
Nice.
I
Javas,
like
let's have Javas close. We need to go home now, but Javas, you have the last word.
Well, I think it's been a fine discussion. But still, we have got a chance to make Kenya that city upon a hill.
Yeah.
If we choose to build this country with the right kind of mortar, right kind of ballast, and choose to tell our leaders right in their faces whether they are incompetent or letting us down or headed into the right direction, or rather the wrong direction, that we must choose the right compass and move in the right direction. Right now, the Supreme Court indicted IEBC, remember, in 2017, in the manner that they conducted the election. Recently, of course, with the various determination, the decision of even the Court of Appeal. The Court of Appeal's decision was a serious indictment on IEBC, and even of course, primarily IEBC. I don't want to go about the other characters. Here, we should start thinking about how can we make sure that IEBC is a firm, well-prepared institution to conduct a free, transparent, verifiable election that is, within the rule of law, those margins. We must have a serious and a credible election. We must not allow politicians or even government fellows to tinker with this 2022 general election. We must not allow ourselves to miss a chance to renegotiate our democracy and our nationalism, because each time we head to an election, we are negotiating our nationalism and trying to reclaim it.
Right. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, asanteni sana. It was a great conversation. If we touched on wrong cables and everything, I want to apologize on behalf of everyone here. If we did not meet your expectations as a viewer, pole sana, we'll definitely keep trying to improve on everything. But the bottom line is that we have a country that belongs to all of us. Earlier today, I had a very great conversation with Reverend Timothy Joy, and there's one thing he said, that knowledge will give you the power, knowledge will give you the authority. And as we talk about who's fooling who, the question is, or my urge to you, is seek knowledge. Study, research, go through every statement that these leaders are telling you. When you're knowledgeable, you will not be fooled by anyone. And that's my parting shot, and that's the bottom line tonight. We want to say thank you for being a part of the conversation. It ends in these four walls, but continues on our social media platforms. The hashtag, as always, is The Bottom Line, KE. My name, as always, is Eugene Anangwe. Goodbye for now.